It's been quite a while since we discussed the story of Future Gohan. Having survived what is normally his final encounter with the androids, traveling to the past with Trunks, and coming back to the future to defeat the androids in Cell, as time went on, new threats would arise, such as the threat of Babidi, Dabura, and Majin Buu. With the help of Gohan, the threat was even more easily taken care of than it was originally in the future timeline. However, they were still unable to save the Supreme Kai, and thus, Beerus also died. Things would seem peaceful for a few more years until the arrival of Goku Black. Before we dive deeper into that story though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you want more Dragon Ball content. A city was erased in an instant, casually destroyed, and the life within it gone without a trace. There was no way that Gohan and Trunks could ignore it. So they fly over to the scene of the destruction, only to see a single man flying above it all. A man dressed in black and gray, with a face that was undeniably the face of Goku, the face of Gohan's father. Without hesitation, Gohan flew towards the man who had committed the genocide, not because he was evil, but because Gohan thought, somehow, someway, his father had returned to life in this timeline. Trunks wasn't blinded by nostalgia like Gohan though. He could sense that this energy wasn't Goku's, that face was a lie. As Gohan willingly flies towards an inevitable trap, Trunks transforms into Super Saiyan 2. He had learned the form in the time since the defeat of Cell, and blitzes ahead of Gohan, striking down the imposter where he stands. Goku Black is buried under a pile of rubble on the ground, but he's definitely not defeated. Gohan grabs Trunks by his jacket and asks what he's doing attacking Goku, but Trunks tells Gohan to snap out of it. No matter how much he wants it to be him, that isn't his father. Gohan senses Black's ki, finally realizing that he's right. This was the enemy, the latest threat to the future timeline. The rubble on the ground erupts, and Goku Black arises from it, his form graceful and his mannerisms godlike. As he rises from the ground, he begins to speak.
Gohan and Trunks, if it isn't the key sinners of this world, defying the laws of time, laws the very gods who allowed your existence set in place, you are the prime example of why all mortals must perish. Ants, ungrateful of the crumb of life the gods have spared, should be crushed under the heel of the superior being. I would have killed you painlessly, Gohan, had Trunks not interrupted. Now, you're both my fodder. Rejoice, as your meaningless existence furthers my own.
Mortals? Sins? They had no time to answer these questions. The threat was right in front of them, and they needed to strike now. Gohan transforms into his Super Saiyan 2 form as well, and the two begin their simultaneous strikes. Years of training and fighting alongside one another has elevated their coordination to another level. They move in unison and are able to throw off Goku Black's strikes by doing so. The power of mortals surviving in the dirt that is life. Nothing coming easy. The world constantly being under fire and in danger. No gods to help them, and even when the gods came, they ended up relying on Gohan and Trunks. No one could just come to their world and expect to be at their level without having that level of conflict under their belt. Goku Black knew this too. No stolen body would be enough to compete with them on its own, but as Black already said, they would become his fodder. Their power would be used to further his own. Black creates distance between himself and the two Saiyans and puts his fingers to his forehead.
We'll meet again, Saiyans.
In an instant, Goku Black was gone. He suppressed his ki so Gohan and Trunks couldn't track him down. They had to tell Bulma what was going on, and they needed to make a plan to handle this threat to their timeline. When they arrive at Capsule Corp, Bulma starts by giving them the Dragon Radar and then tells them to collect the Dragon Balls. If Goku Black destroys more cities, they'd risk the Dragon Balls being destroyed, and they need them to repair the damage, so they have to go collect them now. So, Gohan and Trunks begin their quest for the Dragon Balls, and in a couple of days, they've collected all 7. When they bring the Dragon Balls to Capsule Corp, Bulma says she'll put them in a secure and hidden location, but Gohan can't help thinking they're forgetting something. There's no time to think about that though. In the distance, Goku Black's ki has reappeared, but he feels stronger this time. The more Goku Black uses the body he stole, the more he becomes accustomed to its power. This process would repeat on loop for around a year. In the beginning, it was Goku Black escaping Trunks and Gohan, but as time went on, it was Goku Black allowing Gohan and Trunks to survive for him to further his power even more. Bulma realized what they needed to do during that year and made more fuel for the time machine. With a little time and ingenuity, Bulma was able to make enough fuel for one trip to the past. Gohan and Trunks having worked alongside the human resistance to keep Goku Black away from Bulma's last lab. When the fuel was finally ready, Bulma handed it off to Trunks and Gohan, telling them both to travel to the past, not just to get help from the Z-Fighters, but also to train with them, as they did before. Gohan and Trunks understand, so they get ready to make their move, and as they do, Goku Black attacks the lab, angered that the mortals thought they could hide something from him. As he originally did, Black snatches up Bulma. Trunks almost goes back for her, but she tells him to run, and Gohan grabs Trunks, running away with him. Bulma has died at the hands of Goku Black, and there was no time to grieve her passing. Gohan and Trunks make their way to the past, where things have played out pretty much identically to the original story. So, characters like Beerus, Whis, and even the Pilaf gang are around. Gohan and Trunks are in much better shape than Trunks was on his own in the original version of events, so while they're surprised to see that Goku's alive, they don't think he's Goku Black as Trunks did in the original story in his panic. They explain how they handled the androids, Cell, and even the threat of Majin Buu at the cost of Supreme Kai's life. Beerus glances at Whis with a bit of terror in his eyes, but doesn't say anything out loud. This of course leads us to the spar with Goku, but it's Gohan versus Goku instead of Trunks in this version. While Goku is still pushed to use Super Saiyan 3 against him, it's clear that Gohan and Trunks are nowhere near Goku or Vegeta's full power. As happened originally, Goku Black manages to go back in time, and Goku fights him until he's sent back to the future. But not before Goku Black destroys the time machine. Stuck in the past, Gohan looks to receive training from Goku and Vegeta, but before that, Gohan wants to know where present Gohan is. Piccolo tells him, but says that this Gohan isn't the one who defeated Cell any longer. Martial arts is secondary to his work as a scholar and his family life. Still, future Gohan and Trunks go to visit him. The Half Saiyans from the future wait outside the building where Gohan is giving a seminar. When the present Gohan comes out, they can't believe it's him. Trunks thinks to himself that he can't feel the overwhelming power coming off him anymore, but future Gohan can tell. There's something just under the surface. They've had it bad in the future. Probably, no, definitely worse than the present. But the man standing in front of them had his own hardships he overcame. The life he has now wasn't something he was given. Pain, death, suffering, he earned this life. And that power under the surface was ready to reawaken at a moment's notice, should any danger to his planet arise again. Present Gohan insists that they come over for dinner, but before future Trunks can be flustered by the offer, future Gohan tells his counterpart that they already have arrangements for tonight, so perhaps another time. Future Gohan and Trunks are about to leave when present Gohan asks if they were able to save the future. Trunks almost tells Gohan what's going on, but future Gohan once again steps in and says that they did. Holding back his tears as he speaks, he says that they just wanted to visit and check in on everyone. Present Gohan tells the two men from the future that they're welcome to come over for dinner anytime they'd like. They accept his offer and fly back to Capsule Corp. Trunks asks why Gohan didn't tell his counterpart about Goku Black, and Gohan tells Trunks that he earned his peace. It's time they earned their own. Once they get back to Capsule Corp, Gohan and Trunks are ready to train with Goku and Vegeta, but a different plan has been made. Whis and Beerus don't like the idea of time travel, but the death of the Supreme Kai seems to be the biggest issue here. Since Beerus doesn't want to see another time machine in his universe, he'll make a deal with them. Beerus destroys the time machine that Bulma was working on in an instant. Whis says he'll take them to the future timeline, and since they mention that they have Dragon Balls there, wishing Supreme Kai back to life would also bring Beerus back. Beerus can take care of this Goku Black figure with ease. Whis also says that he'll inform his future counterpart to train Gohan and Trunks as well, so they don't ever feel the need to travel back in time ever again. Should that suffice? Both Gohan and Trunks bow to Beerus and Whis, thanking them for all their help and promising to never return to the past again. So, they travel back to the future with Whis and retrieve the Dragon Balls from their hidden location, summoning Shenron on the lookout where Dende has been hiding. Once summoned, they first restore the bodies of Kibito and Shin, then, with the second and third wishes, they revive them. Whis takes them over to the place where he senses the Supreme Kai, and as they arrive, Goku Black does as well. He sensed the revival of the Supreme Kai and was there to end him once again.
Oh, if it isn't Goku Black. Unfortunately, as an angel, I'm not allowed to fight you, but thankfully, I'm far faster than you are.
Without another word, Whis flies off with Shin, Kibito, Gohan, and Trunks. Their destination, Beerus' planet. What will happen next? Find out in the next part. And don't worry, you won't have to wait nearly as long for that one to come out. Hit like and subscribe if you want more Dragon Ball content like this, and thank you so much for watching.